Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so basically what we're going to discuss today is a couple of buzzwords that we're all familiar with: culture, employee retention, the buzzwords that everyone has heard for many years, not necessarily contributing any value to those words, not necessarily thinking that they're very, very important in my company, but COVID has taught us, especially in our industry, the value is exceptional, perhaps, if you will. It's something that we can all relate to, and we see very, very clearly that people don't stay just for the dollar. And there's something that's much more valuable to them and meaningful to them that will actually tie them to your company, to their job, and their commitment and dedication to what they do every day. During this session, I will share with you some of what I've learned, with God's help, over the many years that I've been doing this, and with the guidance as well as the conviction and belief of great visionaries that have seen the value and have foreseen the value and believed in myself, and now say that or see that culture is a lot more than just a nice thing to have. It's an integral component of the makeup of their company. I'm more of a conversationalist than I am an orator, but I'll do my little thing, and I do welcome your questions at the end, and I'm sure you'll have many. So, there we go. It works. Culture, I'm gonna move this a little bit. Culture is not built on gift cards and businesses. We tend to think that culture is about pizza parties, social media, holiday presents, all these wonderful things, candies in the hallways. These are like all the things that make culture happen. Those are nice things to have, and often they are, in some cases, they might even show appreciation. But that's not what culture is. It's not how culture is built, and it definitely is not how culture thrives. Culture is built on concepts and ideas. This presentation is about ideas and concepts. It's not a motivational speech, and I'm going to share with you the fundamental mindset an owner of any company in any industry needs to adopt in order for culture to flourish. So what creates culture? Firstly, it's your ideas and it's your concepts. It's not someone else's ideas, it's your ideas and your concepts. And you have many, mind you. And secondly, if you really want to find out what your ideas are and what your concepts are, you can't spend an hour or two a week to figure those things out. You need to be thinking about it consistently. Always. It always has to be on the top of your mind. It has to be your focus. And companies with great cultures ultimately are more profitable, they offer better care, and they just rank higher in every area. What about the companies with poor culture? Let's pull the curtain away a little bit from the turnover aspect, because that happens. But even if poor culture did not result in turnover, you would still have many issues to deal with. All aside, poor culture does result in turnover. And I'm sure that you're familiar how significantly it negatively impacts your quality of care. Quality of care is so important, because quality of care is all you say you deliver. And if staff shortages impedes on your delivering your care. New staff, they're unfamiliar with your processes. in any industry, and there's a direct slowdown on what you're going to deliver. In our industry specifically, it's going to result in more hospitalizations, increase in falls, increase in wounds. You're going to have patients that are sad. They don't recognize the familiar faces they knew for so long. They're getting used to new people. Perhaps the greatest degree you can see this is in a dementia unit. They don't recognize them anymore, and although it takes time every day, right? But those familiar faces, those familiar sounds, it affects the whole morale of your residents. And the families all are very well aware of this. Costly rehiring, your overtime, your recruitment, your agency, orientation. Orientation is not only the time and money that you're spending on orientation, it drains the staff that you have. They can't be there. They can't be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And of course, your overall bottom line. Negative reviews, it's a loss of census, people are not as passionate about the company anymore. Lawsuits, so much extra time dealing with grievances, so much extra time dealing with families that are not satisfied. So how do you know what your cost actually, how it's impacting your cost? Let's run the numbers. 3,000 employees, typically if you own 20 facilities and you run the numbers at about 150 people per facility. Let's just use that as the example. You have a 50% turnover, let's say, okay? 50% turnover is like awesome, I think, in today's industry. And PBJ numbers are great for nursing, even though they're 6 months behind, but there's a tremendous value. It gives you some sort of tracking. But in reality, our turnover is way higher than that. But let's work with the 50% number. Let's work with the average number that has been out there for years. Your average turnover is somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 or $4,000 to $6,000. So we're going to use a number of $4,000 as your average number for turnover costs between recruitment, between overtime, and all of that. So at 50%, you're at 1,500 employees a year. That's $6 million that you're spending on employee turnover. Company B, you have 5,000 employees. Let's say you have roughly about 30 facilities. 50% turnover is about 2,500 employees. $4,000 gives you a number of $10 million a year. 50% is not realistic. We all know that. Just a few months ago, everyone was saying we're at about 80% in healthcare at large, in most organizations. Your agency cost is a fortune. The numbers are extremely conservative, the ones that you're looking at on the board. And there's a lot of money on the table. And the solution is very, very much in reach. You improve your retention by 15%. This is a case study, my friends. Okay? During COVID, I was fortunate enough to impact a company and increase their retention rate by 15% in spite of COVID. As a net result, the numbers are higher than what you're looking at. But this is what they felt comfortable disclosing. There's real money that is in your pocket that you don't even know. You just look at it as a write-off every day. You're just looking at it as a write-off. You don't even know that it's a write-off. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. There it goes again. It's serious, serious cash. So we agree that it's a worthwhile investment. So now let's get into the guts of what we're talking about. We have two things. We have two customers, my friends, and that's who you service every single day. But you only focus on one of those customers. There's one customer that you're focusing on. Customer number one is your residents and your families. That's who you focus on, and you spend a tremendous amount of time thinking about them and marketing to them. And you tell them, choose us because we provide better care, specialty programs, compassion, home-like environment, activities, an exceptional dining experience. All those key words that everyone's like really attracted to, and that we think that this really makes a difference in their life, and it does make a difference in their life. And the reason why we share this with them is because we understand that they're our customer, and just as in retail, we go ahead and we talk to them the language that a customer wants to hear. That's what we're doing in our business as well. And you carefully craft your message as well as your service. And of course, at some times, you'll get a little creative and think out of the box and say, oh, maybe that is something that people are looking for. But there's another, even more invaluable customer. And I call them a customer. Customer number two is your employee. They are your customers. And if you don't understand or look at them as customers, you will never have them. There is absolutely nothing that makes them loyal to you, because all you are giving them is money. And if I offer you more money right now than you're making, I don't care if you're an owner, I don't care what you do. If you're worth $150 million and I tell you I will give you $500 million to come to me, you will come. Money is not the answer. It's really not. And they're your customers. And they go shopping every day. Every day they go shopping. And they come into your place of business and they look at you and they say to themselves, do I really want to shop here? And just like when you go shopping, you will think about the people that greet you. You'll think about the store clerk. You'll think about the associates that show you around the store. They are the same exact thing to you. Okay? You are that associate. You are that greeter. And you need to treat them as such. They're looking for an experience, and they want to have an enjoyable experience where they work. They look at the environment. They look at the smell. Perhaps it's inviting, perhaps it's not. It's not only for families that you're doing this. Their criteria might be a little bit different than what the customer at a retail location might be. But their wants and needs are very similar. And you need to relate to them as a customer. So how are we attracting them? So we put up all these amazing ads. We'll pay you. Family-like environment. And don't we love those family-like environment jokes at orientation? When everyone sits down and everyone looks at each other. We're like a family. We fight all the time. Right? All those dumb jokes. We offer great benefits, career opportunity for growth, and we offer bonuses and gifts. We're an awesome company. We're like totally awesome. And everyone says, oh my God, they wrote awesome company. I gotta go there. The other guy didn't write awesome company. Really? That's how you're trying to get them? By writing the same thing that everyone's writing? I'm going to tell you what they're looking for. And here's a little hint. It's not money. They're not looking for money. That's not what talks to them. There are 4 criteria, perhaps, that we will generalize that work for most industries. But this is just a very general guide. And I just want to tell you, even those gifts that you're giving them, that you're offering them, they're not accomplishing what you think they're accomplishing. But what are they looking for? They want more than just a paycheck. And if you're going to look at them as a customer, you have to understand the demographic. A computer programmer is going to appreciate different things than someone that's in fashion. If your company is a sales force, things mean different, they want different things. They have a different area of what they want to achieve in their life. Or something that means something to them. And you need to be very specific how you communicate with this demographic. So what do employees really want? Every employee, every person wants to be productive and make a difference. You need to communicate with your employees a sense of meaning and a sense of purpose. People need to feel that they have a reason why they are there. Not just because, I understand it's your job. It's a job. They need to believe in what they're doing. They need to internalize what they're doing. And you need to communicate that meaning to them. They are not going to figure that out on their own. The next thing, they need a sense of belonging. We all talk about teamwork. I want to ask you, anyone here would want to be on a team that you have to do everything for the next person that works alongside you? If I'm a CNA, do I want to do everything that Marianne does? Does Marianne want to do my job for me? No, pay me to do Marianne's job, or Marianne gets paid for doing Hilly's job. That's not what teamwork means. Teamwork means that we have a shared goal. We have a shared purpose. That's what teamwork is. You have to instill that, and you can't address it straight on. But people need a sense of belonging, because when I'm part of a team, I share a goal, and I am needed. I am needed. People need to know that they're valued. For God's sake, do you know how many solutions you can come up with the people that are on the floor, on the front lines? If you're in a factory, you know how many solutions the factory workers can give you? Better ideas for better systems and better machines? That's so easy to relate to. Why is that so difficult to relate to in our business? How seriously do we really take coffee meetings? How important is that to us? How much does everyone really feel that they can have a say at that meeting, other than just people coming and saying, we really need a raise? Value them for what they have to say, they have to offer. They can add serious value to your company, and if they feel that, then they feel that they're part of this big, giant company. Because when you talk to them about a giant company, and we're big, and we're powerful, and we're so effective, and where do I fit in? Where do I belong? You're the CEO. Yippee. They don't give a darn about how much money you make. They don't give a darn how much money or how successful your company is. They really don't. They only care about their own life. And if you give them a life, and you give them meaning in their life, then they like your company. They are customers. And you have to talk to them as such. And you have to market the daylights out of it. And if you're not marketing it to them, they're not going to get it. They're not going to Target. They're not going to FedEx. They're not going to Amazon. They're not going to Wawa. They're not going to 7-Eleven or wherever they are in Kentucky or in Los Angeles. I don't know. Whatever those names are. That's not where they're going. They're not peeling out of you to go there. Contrary to your belief, they're not leaving for $1 more. They want to be in your industry. And most actually are staying within the industry. And you know where they're going? They're going next door. Because we keep on hiring, and there's one giant revolving door. They're going from me to you, to you, to you, to you, to you, back to me. Because the new owner now. Maybe this will be different. They're looking for that experience. They only have that ad in mind. Amazing, family-like environment. That's what they're really looking for. But you don't even know how to offer. I don't mean you, but are they really being offered that? Are they really being offered that family-like environment? What are you doing to create a family-like environment? What do you do? What do you do? You give them gifts all the time? I mean, I don't know. I have a family. I don't know. I give my kids gifts, around holiday season. Once in a while, I'll give them another. I mean, it's not like it's like a gift. I don't dress up like Santa and come home every time. Right? We don't do that. Is it really only about gifts? What are you doing to create a family? These are things that we have to think about. And just as in retail, there are many, many, many touch points as you peruse through the grocery store, perhaps, the department store, or anywhere else. There are touch points. Whether it's the greeters, the associates, whether it's the signage, whether it's the way the products are displayed, there are different touch points that keep on connecting with us. You have to create that within your company, within your organization, because these are your customers. And you have to create those touch points. And it's a challenge. Initiatives, programs that you do for employees have to be, just to borrow the term, laced with this kind of stuff. You really can't just take out a cute little employee of the month program and go, all right, we're doing this. What does it mean to them? What are you trying to communicate? You have an opportunity. Communicate with them. Treat them as a customer. They will buy. And you know why they're going to buy? Because they come to their place of business every single day. And they look at it as a transaction. I am coming to purchase money. That's the product that I'm buying. And I'm paying you with service. That's how they look at it. And you have to treat it that way. And you will value them differently then. It's not just a few things that you're going to do. It's not a few things that have to be done. These are things that need to be done consistently, and it's actually a holistic approach. Its entirety. You have to be overtaken with this concept, with this idea, and deliver this to them all the time. Your employees, and we all understand this and we can relate to this, your employees, when you own a nursing home, when you own any business, your employees, you're a cool guy or girl, and you know how to make deals. And perhaps you make some deals at eCap, and some deals happen later or in different places. Connections are made here. You have nothing to do with your customers, with your residents. You really don't. The people that really have to do with them are all these people that work for you. They all have to believe and know what the brand stands for. And that's what you try to communicate all the time to them. They really, really need to understand that. And they really, really need to feel what the brand message is and communicate that really well with the customers, the residents, and their families. Whoa, I'm going backwards. But really, your intention cannot be because I'm trying to reduce my turnover and increase my retention. That is not your intention. If that's your intention, you lost the battle. You lost the battle. You need to do this because these people that are working at your company, they need to be treated the same way. So everyone in leadership is your storefront to your customers. You have to do this because you need to retain customers, your employees, in order to retain your other customers, your residents. That's why you have to do this. And every company has a different demographic. The people that shop at Bergdorf are not shopping at JCPenney. The people that shop at Hermes are not shopping at Deli 52, or maybe sometimes they do. All right, I'll give that to you. But they're different people, they're different wants. One guy's going to buy a tie, and someone else is going in to buy dinner. It's just a different person, different mindset at a different time. We need to know who our demographic is, understand what they want, what they need, and communicate them in kind. Let's stay away from one area, okay? Let's stay away from this whole gift card syndrome. And we all think that's the answer. There's an area that is so important for us to remember. You're trying to communicate a message with these people. You want people to, these people, I'm not talking like that, but you want to communicate a message with your employees. You want them to understand what you feel. You want them to do better work. You want them to feel more committed. This is a giant glorified sale. It's a glorified sale. Every place of business in the retail sector has a sale. We hope to get rid of merchandise, and perhaps we might be able to attract a new customer. But very, very infrequently do we actually attract a new customer from those sales. More often than not, people come, they enjoy the sale, and then they go back to where they're really committed to, the place where they really like to shop. If they get a good deal here, they might pick it up. You're not communicating your message when you're giving them gift cards. You're not. You're just giving them a gift card. It's just a sale. And when the sale stops, the loyalty is gone. There is no loyalty. Rewards are only there to support the message. They're not the message. And you need to create your message. So we're all thinking to ourselves, what is my message? What's my message? Well, let me rephrase that. Not what's my message. What am I selling? What am I selling to my customers? How am I unique? How am I standing out? What are they seeing that I am different, that they're going to find by me something different than they're going to find someplace else? That's something that takes not a week, not a month of brainstorming. It takes a lot of time and a lot of insight and a lot of understanding what your personality is as an owner, what you can tolerate, what you can afford, what you can deliver, what the people are going to appreciate, what they might be lacking, and the list goes on. And it takes a lot of time because that strategy is critical to your success. You have to constantly be proactive and involved. This is your message, this is your company. You're projecting yourself. And the same way you understand that you want your providers, your employees, to provide a certain experience to the residents, you need to constantly be thinking about what am I doing to provide, and you are constantly going to come up with new things. You're not going to have them you're not going to figure out 4 programs and this is what we're doing for this year. You constantly have to move things in and out, and you have to improvise them, and you have to be able to tweak them. And no one that you're going to go to is going to give this to you as a plan. Here you go, take this and just have a good time. No consultant can deliver that to you because the consultant needs to live in your company. They need to live with you and strategize with you. That's what you need. You need that person with you. In addition to that person, if you want to really, really promote culture, people that have 25 employees are struggling with this. They don't know how to figure out the culture in their company. They don't know how to deliver that. You have 25 employees, you can't figure this out. How are you doing this for thousands of employees in multiple locations? How are you doing that? How are you creating an umbrella culture for everyone? How are you feeding that to everyone? How's every facility embracing that? And for that, you need a VP of an employee experience. Someone that's there simply to implement. Just implement it. Make sure it's happening. Make sure they have a good rapport with the people that you don't come in contact with. People that can. You hold any town hall meeting as the CEO. CEO's coming. We're having a town hall meeting. No one's going to tell you what's really bothering them. They're not going to talk to you about that. Oh no, it's not true. They tell me. No, they don't. No, they don't. You know how I know? Because I do it. And they tell me, and they never tell anybody else. I have people that laugh with me, I have people that cry with me, I have people that share with me some of the most personal things in their lives with respect to their place of business. What has happened to them, they're not doing it with you. Don't think that you can do this on your own. You need a VP of employee experience to do this for you. I think I have it, I think it's called HR. If you think you have it and you think it's called HR, you suck. If you think you have it, and you think you have it, you don't. You just don't. And if you have a few thousand employees, trust you me, there's someone there that can do this. Not someone, a few people. There is talent everywhere. Do you ever look at your employees and say, oh my God, these people are so talented? When was the last time you walked through the hallways and said, oh my God, look at you. You're an amazing person. You're one of billions of people on planet Earth. A tiny percent that has dedicated their life just to help people. You ever looked at them like that? You ever looked at your employees like that? They're not employees. They're doing noble work. These people are godsends. You value that customer. You value that person to no end. And you need to communicate to them that you value them like that. And it's not going to happen from visiting them once every 6 months. Even if you communicate it then. You need a VP of employee experience. You need strategy, number one, and then a VP of employee experience. Two separate things. You need somebody that's like, yay! That's your VP of employee experience. And then you need somebody that's like, yay. Whatever the hell that means. Be original, for God's sake. Stop looking at the next company, what they're doing. You would never do that. If you open up a shirt company, you're not going to say, we sell the same thing that Saks Fifth Avenue does. Why would you do that? I will go to Saks Fifth Avenue. Be original. These are all original people, okay? Elton John, James Brown, John Lennon, Michael Jackson. Who knows who that is? Joni Mitchell? Huh? These are people that were all original in their style. They have a specific message. They're connecting with a certain demographic. You're not going to connect with everyone. Know what you're offering. There's Rockwell, Picasso, Van Gogh, and of course Andy Warhol. These are all great people, own style, their own way, doing their own thing. Don't look at the neck, don't copy, for God's sake. The only thing that you can do is copy what another company is doing, you're not bought in. You're not ready to invest in this, you're not bought in. And guess what? Children see right through parents when we tell them, stop getting frustrated. Guess what? If you don't give this the time of day, they're not buying into you. They're not buying into you. Oh, so you took the same thing they did and you just copied it? You wrote the same awesome company as they did? It's not going to work. Another thing, let go. Just freaking let go. Don't be so dominating. Don't try to force the culture. You can't force it. You're there to inspire it. You're there to give it direction. And then, let your employees express it. Just create the platform. Let them all translate it the way they see best. If it's tight, they're going to know what you want. But just let them run with it. Let them run with it. And constantly, you have to keep on updating it. Because culture evolves. Look around. We're in a country. This country's culture has evolved. A lot. Growth. Seriously. Just like a by the way thing. We think that like employees want growth, company value. You're a freaking CEO. You know why? Because all you care about is growth. So you think everyone looks at life like that. They don't. You know what people want? They want to be happy. They really do. Do you know, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, 50% of your waking hours or of your employees' waking hours are spent at work. Let's just say we sleep 8, we work 8, and we're home 8. 50% of their waking hours is spent at your place of business. You have a social responsibility. You really do. You really want people to look back at their life and say, half of my life sucked, was horrible, No one cared about me. I worked in a place where people demanded things from me. I found no meaning of what I did. I knew that I wanted to be a CNA my whole life. We keep on talking about that. We have one CNA that's here for 35 years. Why? In spite of everything, he or she said, I'm going to do this anyway. You can have everyone do that for you. They're not interested in growth. Do you have to offer it? Definitely. Are there some people that will take advantage of it and should? 100%. Are you excited for them? 1,000,000,000%. But if you have 7,000 employees, trust you me, and everyone's growing, you're going to have to look for a lot of employees. You don't even have where to put them. And they're not interested. They would just want to do their job. They want to go home and have a happy life. They want to come home not frustrated. They want to look forward to coming to work, and they want to find a sense of gratification, not satisfaction. How's our employee satisfaction doing? Who cares about employee satisfaction? How about employee gratification? Do they feel gratified? They feel good about themselves. That's what you have to deliver. You really have to deliver. And I'll tell you the truth, these are a lot of ideas and concepts that we share today. And you may not agree with everything I just said. And you know something? You're probably not wrong. Because it's ideas and it's concepts, and it might be a little challenging to accept. That's what culture is. It's your ideas and your concepts, and your employees won't accept them right away. It takes time. Be patient. But as soon as you start and your mindset change is there, they'll feel it. And you will already be making a giant leap. Reach for the moon. Take that giant leap and you'll get there. It works. Thank God. Love you, Hashem. I've seen it. I've done it more than once at very, very large companies with many, many employees, many different locations. And they've all been there. I saw all the programs, the Ritz, Disney, Chick-fil-A, they're all there. Be freaking original. Be original. You're not Chick-fil-A, you're not serving chicken. What are you gonna borrow from them? Happy, guys, we gotta be happy. Come on, be happy. You ever come into your house and say, come on, honey, just smile at me and be in a good mood? It doesn't work. I mean, at least not by me. That doesn't work. You can't just tell somebody, be happy. Make me happy. Okay, so if you were smart, then you went to J. Morgan and you bought something, and maybe you'll bring it home. Or maybe you bought a watch for him. Call my wife, I'll give you her number soon. I need a watch. I do. Be consistent. It's going to take time. Not a lot. Be consistent. Do it always. Have someone that's going to help you do that. Whether it's creating the strategy, whether it's the implementation, you're going to need help. Invest in it. My God, if I can tell you that the number is ginormous. If I would tell you you're going to make $1 million a year on this, don't buy that facility. You have $1 million sitting right here. You want to struggle there too? You have it right here. It's in front of you. You own already 30 facilities. What are you doing? Why are you buying another one? You have the money right here. You want to make more money? It's here. It's in front of you. There's $3 million waiting for you. You're afraid to invest. No, you're not. Yeah. Here's a little trick. This is not what it's all about. And some of you might know me and you might think it's, oh, well, because it was Hilly Hill, that's why it's fun. And that's not true. Fun is a trick. It's just a trick. And you're going to have your own tricks because you're your own personality. And all the people that I've worked with, every single owner is every proprietor, we'll call them, of every business in so many industries. They're all their own personality. And they deliver through them. Some places it's more fun. Some places it's more emotional, more feeling, whatever it might be. You need to strategize and use the right path that works for you. We can borrow things from other places as inspiration. But we need to know who we are and convey that very clearly in everything that we do. I want to tell you something. I'm going to finish. We have been here for exactly over 41 minutes. I don't think anyone in their right mind came here today and said, you know something, I'm going to go to that little thing that Hilly Hill is giving and I'm going to learn everything that I need to know about culture in 45 minutes. And interestingly enough, actually, I never had the time to give 45 minutes of my valuable time to think about employee culture. And I went to this one thing and I got it. I just figured it all out. I don't know what I was thinking all this time. This is easy. We haven't scratched the surface. But if you've come here today and all you have learned is just as much as just look at these people a little bit differently than you've looked at them thus far. Value them a little differently. Your entire self will change. And it's going to work through the veins and flow through the veins of your company, all the way from you to everyone at every position that comes in contact with anything that you create or anything that you service, whether you're a factory or whether you're in the service industry. So I just want to do one thing before I finish, okay? I'm going to do one thing. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank Norman Rokich, and I want to thank Barry Monk. They are people that build people. They don't build businesses. I want to thank Jack Filer and JJ Rabinowitz. They are the essence of goodness. They believe in healthcare, and it's evident in everything they do for healthcare. You see the kindness that they have and how they approach everything they do for healthcare. I thank them too. I want to thank the people that I work with. I want to thank Ricky, some other people that I work with, Ricky Pena, Michael Smith, Jen Herzog, Sharon Donahue, Marlene Sheehy, and the list goes on. These are people that have a tremendous appreciation for what we do for our employees. They have a tremendous amount of belief in what we do for our employees. And I encourage you to do the same with your employees. I want to thank one more person. Someone whose commitment to social responsibility is paramount to anything and everything that this person thinks of. She has taught me a lot. My partner, thank you so much, Liz Gilbert. Make it fun. Be consistent. Oh, I'm going backwards. Oh, let's read this quote together. Okay, we're going to read a quote. This is a famous quote. Customers love a company when the employees love the company first, right? We relate to that. Let's take it one notch up. Employees love a company when you love them first. Thank you so much for listening.